It all started with a sharp pain in my stomach. At first, I thought it was just something small, like hunger or stress. But the pain didn't go away. It became stronger, and soon, I couldn't ignore it. I lay down, hoping it would stop, but it only got worse. I felt scared. My heart was beating fast, and I didn't know what was wrong. I tried to drink water, but the pain was still there. After a few hours, I knew I needed help. It was time to go to the hospital. As I walked through the hospital doors, I felt nervous. The lights were bright, and there were many people around. Nurses were moving quickly, and patients sat in chairs, waiting. I took a deep breath, hoping everything would be okay. Chapter 2: Meeting the Nurse. A nurse came to help me. She smiled and asked, "How can I help you today?" I told her, "I have a strong pain in my stomach." She nodded and asked more questions. "How long have you had the pain?" "Since this morning," I replied. "On a scale from 1 to 10, how bad is the pain?" she asked. "It's about an 8, I said. It was very painful, and I was worried. The nurse told me to sit down. She took my blood pressure and checked my pulse. "We will get you in to see the doctor soon," she said. I waited, holding my stomach and breathing slowly. My hands were shaking a little, but I kept telling myself to stay calm. Chapter 3: Talking to the doctor. Finally, the doctor came. He looked kind and calm, which made me feel better. "Hello, I'm Dr. Wilson," he said. "What brings you here today?" I explained everything again. "I have a lot of pain in my stomach. It started this morning, and it's not getting better." He asked, "Can you show me exactly where it hurts?" I pointed to the middle of my stomach. He nodded and began to ask more questions. "Do you feel nauseous? Do you feel like you need to throw up?" "Yes," I said. "I feel like that sometimes." He also asked, "Have you eaten anything unusual? Or have you had any fever?" "No, nothing unusual," I replied, feeling nervous. The doctor listened carefully. "I'm going to examine your stomach," he said. He gently pressed on different areas of my stomach. "Does it hurt when I press here?" he asked. "Yes, it does," I answered. Chapter 4: Tests and Waiting. The doctor said, "I think we need to do some tests to find out what's causing the pain. I will order an ultrasound for you, and we'll do some blood tests." The nurse came back to take me to the test room. First, she took some blood from my arm. "Just a little pinch," she said. I looked away and felt a small prick. It wasn't too bad. Next, I went for the ultrasound. I lay down on a bed, and the technician put some cold gel on my stomach. She moved a small device over my skin, and I could see pictures of the inside of my body on a screen. "We're just checking to see if there's anything unusual," she explained. After the tests, I went back to the waiting room. My stomach still hurt, and I felt anxious. The waiting was the hardest part. I kept thinking about what could be wrong, but I tried to stay calm. Chapter 5: The Results. After what felt like a long time, the doctor came back with the results. He sat down next to me and said, "We have the test results. It looks like you have a stomach infection. That's what's causing the pain." Hearing the word infection made me feel scared, but the doctor's calm voice helped. "Don't worry," he said. "It's treatable. I'm going to prescribe some medicine for you, and you should start feeling better soon." He explained the medicine clearly. "You will take this antibiotic twice a day, with food, for the next week. It's important to finish the medicine, even if you start feeling better." I nodded, trying to remember everything. "Will the pain go away soon?" I asked. "Yes, the medicine will help. But if the pain gets worse or doesn't go away, you need to come back." I thanked him, feeling relieved that I finally knew what was wrong. Chapter 6: Going Home. With the doctor's advice and the prescription in hand, I felt a little better. As I left the hospital, I took deep breaths, feeling grateful that the pain had an answer. At home, I followed the doctor's instructions carefully. I took the medicine with my meals and rested as much as I could. Each day, the pain became less. It was a hard experience, but I learned something important. When something is wrong with your body, it's okay to ask for help. The doctors and nurses were kind and helpful, and they made me feel safe. Going to the hospital was scary, but in the end, it made me stronger. I know now that taking care of my health is one of the most important things I can do.